of this market, home loan, both home loan as well as CF.
Okay. Thank you, Gautam ji. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so first of all, good afternoon to everyone. Uh, it's been a privilege to be with you on this webinar. So thank you very much to the organizers, Gautam ji, Dinesh ji. Thank you so much for having me here. It's indeed a privilege. Also, Dinesh ji has been very generous in referring to me as the joint MD. I'm not the joint MD. I would just like to clarify that I'm the joint general manager.
I'm very sorry, sir.
So your best wishes are with me. So maybe, inshallah, whenever. But thank you so much.
इंशाल्लाह एक दिन हम
No, I
आपके
was
साथ
about
बैठे
to
आप
I
जॉइंट
was
एमडी
about
हो
to
इंशाल्लाह.
congratulate him.
Yes,
I was
yes.
about to congratulate him.
Yes.
I was also not
So,
knowing.
yeah. So on a lighter note, thank you, Dinesh ji there. But yes, Gautam ji, to answer your question, it has been a tough 45 days or so for, I'm sure, each one of us here. And, whoever it has been, whichever sector you may say, common man, everybody, rich or poor, has been affected, one and all. So it's been painful for everybody. Though we are seeing slowly things, trying, at least people trying to get back to normal. Everywhere we see some attempt or the other from the authorities as well as from people themselves on making attempts to, bring things back to normal. Work from home again has been a blessing in disguise for everyone, where people are trying to, replicate their office in their homes in these times, so that at least we do not let anything stall. So, but things have been moving, fortunately, even for HDFC. For us, in on many fronts, it has been business as usual. Uh, at least in the sourcing part, right from the point where we are reaching out to customers for housing loans, where we are looking at addressing their queries. We have been receiving inquiries from customers for housing loans, and the interesting part is all this has been online. So the last 45 days we've seen a very a major shift in the way consumers are consuming a service which they used to do it offline, which needed interaction, physical interaction. Now how easily it has moved on online. So that is something which we are also positively surprised. And we are not seeing a general interest among people. I must add that this is a genuine interest among people as far as housing loans are concerned. So what it also means is that these are people who are identified a property, who have identified a property, who are looking at purchasing a property, maybe not immediately, but definitely they have a purchase of property in mind. At least those are the things that I could tell you right now itself. I may also share some statistics that over 55% of the people who have applied to HDFC online have identified a property. So we feel that's a very encouraging figure. Normally, this is slightly higher, but because it's on the online space, this is something which we feel very encouraged about. So that is something which I should share with you. And when we speak to these people, when we have spoken to these people, interacted with these people, what we have learned is that yes, they have a property in mind. As I mentioned, they may not have zeroed in on a particular property purchase, but definitely in the near future, in the 3 or 4 months to come, we see and people going in for at least the property purchase, which they have probably will, it is inevitable that it will get postponed a bit, but we see that the interest coming back at least in 2 3 months down the line. That is something which we in HDFC believe very strongly. Our management also believes very strongly on that front. So that's something which, Gautam bhai, I must tell you that this is a development which should make people happy. We have been talking to developers also across the country, and we this is something which has been taken as very positive news by people, that people are still inquiring about housing loans. We always felt that housing loans is a high involvement product, and why would anybody in the COVID period, when people are struggling, would even want to apply for a housing loan? But it has completely turned the tables for us as well. We also feel that so many people applying for housing loans at this point in time definitely points to a better future. So that's what I thought maybe I can just begin with. And Gautamji, I leave it to you. Whatever questions you want to ask me, or you want to lead me to a particular path in terms of whatever you want to know, or whatever the forum wants me to talk about, please let me know. Sorry, you're not audible.
Thank you, Hemantji, for the insight that you have shared with us right now. We have with us Mr. Dhaval Mehtaji as co-panelist and we would also like to hear him first, and then we will start asking questions which could be thrown across to both of you. So each one of you can answer them with regard to the ideas and the strategies that you guys have in place. Will that be fine? So. Right. Can I request Dhaval Mehtaji to please share their insight as an organization, their preparations and past experience, and their preparation with regard to the future way of doing business, how together we can grow business, what experiences they have in the past with this region. Dhaval Mehtaji, over to you.
Sure. Gautamji, thank you so much. First of all, we are honored, you have invited us. You have invited us for this forum, and thanks to Progressive Group as well, Vikas ji, Dinesh ji, Santosh ji, and you. So as of now, as Hemant correctly said, so we are going through a very, very different phase. And okay, so I got a request to say talk in Hindi also. So yes, ये time difficult hai for all of us, but in this difficult time also, as a company, IIFL have taken the initiative to give top-up loans. So I was sharing this with Vikas ji and yesterday with one of your gentlemen who was in core member of yours. So we discussed, we are giving top-up loan also to all the customers, because there are many customers, those who are facing a lot of issues. ऐसे बहुत सारे customers हैं जिनको अपनी घर गृहस्थी चलाने के लिए भी तकलीफ हो रही है, EMI भरने के लिए भी तकलीफ हो रही है. So we have helped them, and we have disbursed good amount of loans, top-up loans in last month, right? And as you wanted to know, what is our strategy, future strategy, how we want to go online and how we want to work ahead. I think so. We do a decent job in your region. Neral or Karjat mein, हमने approximately more than 5,000 loan is already disbursed, and we are keen to disburse more and more cases in your region. So as a IIFL, we work on a very simple method. We give work on tablet method. We give sanctions on tablet. It's an online sanction. So we give sanction in half an hour on tablet. And now in difficult times, आप सबको पता है हम travel नहीं कर पा रहे कहीं पे भी, और human intervention possible नहीं हो रहा है. तो हमने जो top-up loan भी disburse किए हैं, it is through e-agreement. There is a link on customer mobile number. He just need to go through step by step. Within 2 minutes, उसकी e-signing खत्म हो जाती है, and then we proceed for the disbursement. Now, जैसे कि हमने ये tough time में देखा कि without human intervention हम कहीं जा नहीं पा रहे, travel नहीं कर पा रहे, customer से interaction भी नहीं कर पा रहे. So in future also, because this corona thing, I feel it's gonna be there with us for some time. I mean, maybe it can stay with us for a long time, 3 to 6 months. So accordingly, we need to plan. So for new loans also, we are planning कि ये जो e-agreement है, वो e-agreement भी apply किया जाएगा. तो customer की जो sanctioning भी है, वो online हो रही है, और customer का जो e-agreement भी होगा, वो हाथों हाथ 2 मिनट के अंदर sign हो जाएगा without any human intervention. That is what we are looking at as of now. So any further questions or anything, we are happy to help and will be there for this.
Thank you, Dhavalji. We will proceed to the next session where we'll put up questions which we have in our mind, and then we are seeing there are a lot of questions also popping up in the chat box. We'll try to pick up as many questions within a given time frame so that we can have a good insight for the members out here. Hemantji and Dhavalji, the first question that comes to my mind, and I would brief you that there are, as per data that we have, there are more than 200 projects going on in this region. And approximately the number of developers who operate from this region are 200 plus. And if you go by RERA records, there are 50,000 plus homes are under construction or at a various stage of construction and ready. So this is a sizable business, and I'm sure many players would have taken a CF or not raised capital or a fund, but way forward looking at the scenario how things have turned. So so there are questions like those who have taken CF are facing a different challenges. People who have not taken a CF probably are looking for a CF or raising some capital. In the given time, while we analyze the way we used to raise capital, both in terms of debt and equity, the models or the presumptions on which we were modeling those capital raising structure, I think those have caused some kind of difficulties. Have you guys also realized the same, and are you guys really thinking to restructure this kind of models for all future loans that you'll be thinking? What are your plans and thought process on this? Can you throw some light on that?
Yeah, so just to ask you a clarification to your question, Gautamji, what are the difficulties that you faced in the existing models? If I may just know that, I'll be able to answer better.
So in an existing model, it's like we say, so most of the developers out here are having a larger land development area, right, and which are for a longer tenure. So most of the loan tenors that we work for are 3 years, 4 years, they're for a shorter period of time. So when such time of, and cash flows, by the time the project is actually starting a cash flow to become a self-sustained and repayments start, the repayments are already starting. So we have observed that over a period of time, the projects are facing liquidity crisis. So more than the money going into the project to make it self-sustained, the money goes for a repayment and all even before it could become a self-sustained. And especially more so during such times when there are in past couple of years, 3 years, we have seen a lot of jerks into the cash flow generations the industries have faced, right from change in the tax regimes or the tax laws that have created a short-term, bubble, stopgap, this thing, or right, demonetization had an effect on cash flow generation. So all these has coupled the thing, and right now we are facing a thing which we still are uncertain when we actually will be able to really go on a full cannons.
Right. So, Gautamji, to answer your question, there has been some thought on changing certain ways of the ways in which we look at construction finance, particularly in the tenor of the loans, as you rightly said. So yes, there is some thought into that. I think our chairman had also mentioned that maybe a little longer term funding for the real estate sector to developers when it comes to debt is something probably is the need of the hour. That is something which we also internally will be looking into. However, it may be a little too early now to come out with some kind of concrete structure, as you have asked. I don't think that will be in place currently. But going forward for the future, since bulk lending forms, does form a decent enough part of our business as well, we will also be looking at some kind of changes in the structures in terms of how we lend, how we calculate our, amount of different tranches of installments that we lend to, the percentage of money allowed to be withdrawn from the escrow. All those things I think will be under review with an objective of seeing not only how HDFC can be protected, that is, the lender can be protected, but also in terms of the developer's interest as to the difficulties that he may face now post COVID in kicking things up. Will that be better addressed by a longer term or any other kind of structure that will be addressed by this our construction finance and bulk lending team in the days to come? But as of now, no, there is nothing which is available for us as a new product. But yes, there is some thought in that direction. Definitely, at least that much I can answer.
Right. I think it takes a little time to develop it, but since
Yes.
you're thinking, so
Yes,
that's a
yes.
positive
There is
sign.
definitely a thought on that. On those
Yeah.
lines.
Shailesh bhai, can you elaborate on this with your experience of dealing into raising capitals and this thing?
Yeah, thank you, Gautamji, and Hemantji and Dhavalji. See, I think this has been a problem for our industry for quite some time now, that our projects generally run and especially projects which are say above 50 acre or 100 acre, that generally run for 8 to 10 years or even 12 years. But the kind of construction finance or any other kind of finance which is available is generally a short term in nature and starts from 4 years and maximum goes to 5 or 6 years. And then there is at least once or twice you have to refinance the project. I think that is not healthy for the industry as such, and especially not for affordable housing, which is entire Neral Karjat is pure play affordable housing. And when we have pure play affordable housing, we need to think of longer term, longer tenure loans, and not only longer tenure, but the interest rates are which are really lesser than which we are used to paying in other areas like Mumbai and Pune. Having said that, I think one thing I would ask yeah, any one of them to throw light on, because Government of India has allowed ECB for affordable housing, and the norms are quite simpler now. Most of the projects will qualify for ECB funding in this belt. So if either of the institution is doing something or can help us do something, because you will need an intermediary, you cannot directly go out, so you'll need to have an intermediary, and of course the hedging which will be required. So if any one of them can throw some light, I think it will be of great help to all those who are into affordable housing and especially into this region.
So currently, yes, we are also availing of the ECB window. We have been borrowing some funds, which can be onward lent on the ECB window, and we are also in the process of identifying projects where we can do so, both in terms of bulk as well as in terms of retail. So both those activities are going on. I do not know the exact quantum, unfortunately, which I could share right now. Maybe post the call we can discuss that. But
Sure,
there is
sure.
a definite direction in that, under the ECB, criteria, where we are looking at, certain appropriate projects or areas or regions, because this is across the country. So yes, we are in that space as well, and it is an area where we are paying a lot of attention as far as the ECB is concerned, because it also helps us that we get cheaper funds for onward lending, and helps the developer also in that manner. So yes, that is an area where there is a lot of focus.
Yeah. Dhavalji, I think wanted to add something.
Sure. Thank you, Shailesh. First of all, I wanted to say that, as asked by Gautamji, that it was regarding the tenor of construction finance loan, right? I'm sure there are many developers who have taken construction where they are facing issue as of now, and they may come up, with the idea of, enhance their tenor. As of now, also you can see where morat is applicable to CF loans also, right? And we have been trying and helping them to give additional, 2-3 months tenor. That overall, that extension enhancement will be in tenor only. So, and I think so post this, I think so business dynamics will change, and for sure that will have effect on the tenor also. Generally, you have a larger project, so you develop phase wise. So normally first phase would have a 3 to 4 years project timeline, and same you mentioned in the RERA, and accordingly we decide cash flow and other certain things we keep in mind, and we decide on the tenor part. But for sure, now we have to be, as of now, we need to see the demand also in the market. And accordingly, we need to take call in future for CF loans. And accordingly, loan tenor also will be revised, is what I feel, Gautamji, for that. And right.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, and Shailesh ji, I think so. This ECB thing, it's too early to comment as of now. But as of now, I understand specifically for Karjat and Neral, specifically those PSL funding where economic houses are built by you all, where we are coming up with a very new product also. We were going and we have taken a green initiative where funds will be quite cheaper than the normal construction finance loans, right? Earlier, anyone had a perception that green building can be only done in the higher projects and loans which are greater than 1 crore or 2 crore. Now things are changed. I think so. There is a traction in affordable housing, and that is what you are building. Neral in Karjat, small loans, and there also unit size are very big. In bigger projects also we can build greenhouses where we can expect cheaper funds from the bank and financial institution in coming time. That is what I feel.
Thank you, Dhavalji, for that information. Now we'll shift our focus a little on to home loans sector. So as we know that in this region, affordable region, we know that the customers are little liquid tight, even while during the normal times. And whatever experience they might have faced during this time, they would like to save some cash and all. So in this regard, there is a question that Mr. Prabhat Ranjan ji would like to ask you guys. So can I request Prabhat ji to please ask a question on home loan front?
Thank you, Dinesh ji. Gautam, the question is that in the current environment, liquidity is a main concern, both from the customer point of view as well as the developer point of view. And there is an uncertainty also in terms of what the job scenario will be going forward in next 3 months to 6 months. If we can think about some product whereby we are having a back-ended approach in terms of the EMIs which the customer has to pay, either a reduced EMI or the cost of loan also in terms of the processing fee, the registration charges, and the insurance which they have to pay. So if it is slightly back-ended, then it will help customer in taking a decision in terms of going ahead and buying the land, and at the same time it will help the entire industry. So is there any thinking on that from the home loan and financial institution side of it?
I'd just like to add something to that. Is that as he explained, can we work out together to formulate some schemes where we can give this kind of a breathing space to the customers to balance out their equity part or liquidity, and yet plunge into buying, so that overall we can bring in a good momentum into this region. So something as in the lines what he says, EMI waiver or with a deferment of EMI, or in the lines of 80-20 schemes kind of thing we were having, or the step up EMI, something. We were just giving a wild guess. So if you are thinking something on that line, or if we can work out together on those lines.
No, most certainly, yes. We have been thinking on those lines as you have suggested. And exactly what you mentioned, on the step-up EMI is something which we want to actively promote now. Now, this is a product which has always been there with us. Maybe the need was never felt for people to avail of a step-up product because maybe people did not have those issues earlier. But now, certainly, we feel that people can have this facility which is available with us on the step-up loans, on the step-up repayment structures that we have, where they can reduce the EMI initially. For, as you mentioned, people may have concerns on incomes being reduced or salaries being cut, and if they still have to be convinced to go ahead and buy the property, despite the future being uncertain on the income front, I think a product like a Step Up will definitely play a big part. So when you actually use a Step Up product, you can reduce the EMI by about even 20-25%. So that itself should give the borrower a comfort that I can keep my EMI low for the first 2 years, 3 years, whatever he chooses, and then step it up as and when things normalize or as income streams normalize. So that is something which definitely can be done, and we are actively looking at promoting that product. We have spoken to a lot of people, and in our surveys also it has revealed that maybe a EMI reduction in the beginning of the tenure will definitely help. So yes, that is on the cards. As far as other things that you mentioned regarding an EMI waiver or things of that sort, I wouldn't really be sure whether some kind of a product like a waiver can be offered, because I think there are products like which waive the last two EMIs, and the EMIs in the 5th year and the 10th year, but I don't think that may really help in this kind of a scenario. We've never been comfortable with those kind of products. As far as a breather in terms of EMI repayment is concerned, yes, I think there is a possibility that we may look at some kind of a product where we, don't waive the EMI, but we may postpone the EMI, or we may offer some sort of a partial moratorium of that sort. So something of that sort can be worked out. Again, a lot of most or any of these things, any new products that we come out with, need to go through the regulator. So it's the RBI and the NHB. Both need to concur. Both need to give their okay. So उसके बाद ही ये हो सकता है, अगर आरबीआई ना बोलती है तो फिर पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। तो उसके वजह से ये प्रोडक्ट जो है वो पहले आरबीआई का जो ओके मिलेगा, उसके बाद we can definitely look at launching some kind of a product like that is on the cards. The limitation is कि पहले जो products होते थे जैसे subventions वगैरह वो हम कर नहीं सकते because of you are aware that these are being banned by the RBI or not disallowed by RBI. So that is not possible anymore. If and when they feel that yes, it can be done, if the government takes a favorable view against that, against the subvention scheme, maybe it will help. But till then, I think we will be looking at these areas where we will try and see what will make it easier for the customer to avail finance and repay that finance. That will definitely be done. Another thing I want to add is, if I'm not taking too much time, is that there are borrowers, typically in this belt who are from the government sector. I think a lot of customers who buy in these areas are also government servants working in state government or central government undertakings. We have a product which is specially for them, where we also give them loans based on the pension income. So it's not that I stop giving them a loan at the end of retirement or at the time of retirement. So the age that I can consider is even beyond retirement, and then I can give him a loan even on considering the pension income. So that increases his eligibility. If you see, that will help him, take a higher loan considering that pension income. Otherwise, he would have got a much lesser loan. So that's also something which we will now actively promote. So we are looking at ways of reaching out to government, the government sector, the government departments, and telling them that, look, this is a product we have. If you're thinking of buying the property, then this is something which we can help you with. That is also there. So, and as to the answer to your question about concessions on any offers, yes, there is a concession we are offering on the processing fees. There is a 50% concession that we are offering when a customer applies online. Normal fee maybe whatever he pays, he's paying only 50% when he goes online. So that also is a special offer that I have for a customer who goes online and applies. So these things are definitely available. This is the beginning, I must say. These things are dynamic, therefore they will keep changing. We also welcome feedback from you, our friends who are here, who can give us some feedback on what else can be done. And if we can sit together and work out these things based on what customers are also telling you, then maybe we can, depending on what is possible under the regulators' rules and regulations, we will definitely be able to come out with something new, something innovative, something interesting for the customers.
Sure. Thank you very much. We'll be soon meeting you on this
Sure.
regard. Right. Dhavalji, can you add? Vikas Bhai, you
Yeah,
wanted to say
sure.
something?
No, fine. Carry on, Gautam bhai.
Yeah. So,
Deep.
Dhavalji, can you
Yeah,
add
correct.
something onto this?
Sure. As Prabhatji has asked about the step-up product and other stuff, we already have those projects, products also with India Infoline, and we'll be doing disbursals also for that product. But now I feel there are two aspects in this. There is an under construction property. There are two properties, right? एक under construction property है, and another one is 100% completed property. I think so. This step up product or EMI customer is feeling के ज़्यादा है इसमें. I think so. All these issues हमको ज़्यादा आएंगे where property is more than 60% complete, right? Where you demand approximately 70 to 80%, and EMI burden can be more for a customer, right? And if project is just started and demand is approximately say 30, 40, 50%, I think so their customer is okay with the EMI also. So for sure, we are happy to help, and any schemes you guys are needing, and if time will permit, we are sure we can do it. That's not the issue.
Add and request if we can, work out a general good offer for all the developer across the region. That will pull a common marketing and good strategy to bring
we
in.
can.
Is it possible?
Yeah, we can. It is possible. Now, Jessica, one of the gentlemen, Vikram Chaudhary, he has asked a question in the forum. What is the process of getting loans approved and to obtain first disbursement from customer booking booked units in our projects? So he is asking के first disbursement कैसे होगा? तो विकास जी, मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि as of now, what we are starting is कि अगर किसी कस्टमर ने आपके यहाँ पे बुकिंग की है, उनके डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमको स्कैन इमेज से आ जाते हैं इंडिया इन्फोलाइन में मेल करके. वो मेल हमारे जो ऑफिसर्स है वो टैबलेट में अपलोड करके वी कैन गिव यू ऑनलाइन सैंक्शन फॉर दैट. दैट इज नंबर वन. सेकेंड, once the case is sanctioned, after that we can go ahead with the disbursement also online. So entire process, we are tech savvy company, so पूरा का पूरा जो process है from the login, sanctioning as well as disbursal, it's completely online. And we already tried and tested in last month for our top up loans. It's running successfully. In this month also we are giving top up. Now this month we are planning to give top up as well as fresh loans, that to this online application, so that we can run this disbursement smoothly and we can take care of your cash flows. And e-agreement online is everything is done. I think so. E-registration के बारे में भी एक नया circular आया है, and I think so there are many developers who are already aware. अगर कुछ लोगों को अगर उस चीज का आइडिया नहीं है तो मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि ऑनलाइन आप e-registration के लिए एप्लीकेशन डाल सकते हो. बिकॉज अगर कोई भी फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन को और बैंक को डिसबर्समेंट करनी है, वी वुड रिक्वायर्ड रजिस्टर्ड कॉपी एग्रीमेंट, बिकॉज वी आर इन महाराष्ट्र स्टेट वेयर रजिस्ट्रेशन वर्क्स. सो विद दिस ई रजिस्ट्रेशन वी कैन इंप्लीमेंट डिसबर्सल इन सिस्टम्स वेरी स्मूथली. So as of now the process is you just need to go online and register yourself. पहले ऐसा था कि जिसके अनसोल्ड यूनिट्स 1000 है वही लोग ई रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए क्वालिफाई थे और एलिजिबल थे. बट अभी के नए सर्कुलर के हिसाब से जिसके पास अनसोल्ड यूनिट 20 भी होगी वो ई रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑनलाइन कर सकते हैं. ई रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन डालोगे, वो प्रोजेक्ट रेरा रजिस्टर्ड होना चाहिए, पूरे प्रोजेक्ट की आपको डिटेल ऑनलाइन डालनी है. उसके बाद जो आपकी सब रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस है वो उसको फर्स्ट वीक के अंदर स्क्रूटिनी करेगी. अगर उन्होंने गो अहेड दिया है या तो वो गो अहेड देंगे 3 से 4 दिन में, बट आई एम कंसिडरिंग 7 days. इफ दे गिव गो अहेड देन इट विल मूव टू IGR. If they are in query, it will come back to a developer. Then he needs to resolve the query first. Then it can go to IGR, and IGR again will review. It will take 3 to 4 days. And once IGR is giving certificate to a developer, he can go ahead with the registration. उनको अपने एक POA का डिटेल भी देना है जहां पे ई रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए वो POA की हेल्प लगेगी एंड द ई रजिस्ट्रेशन कैन बी सबमिटेड टू बैंकर फॉर
Thank you, Dhavalji, for that information. I'm sure most of them had that information. Now they'll be encouraged to take that up. I'm sure even loan document needs to be registered. So we will work out something on that round so that during these times we are not stuck up with the disbursements, the first disbursements of the loan, right?
Correct. Correct.
Can I ask, Aniket ji has some questions in his mind. Can I ask Aniket ji to take charge of the proceedings for the next question?
गौतम जी एंड हेलो टू ऑल द पैनलिस्ट्स। धवल जी, आपने अच्छी तरह से एक्सप्लेन किया कि अभी जो स्टॉप गैप सिचुएशन है कि फर्स्ट डिसबर्समेंट कैसे ले एंड लोन सैंक्शनिंग कैसे करे, तो सेम हमारी भी काफी सारे क्लाइंट्स है फ्रॉम HDFC। आई वुड आल्सो रिक्वेस्ट कि व्हाट इज HDFC डूइंग एंड हाउ टू गेट दैट प्री सैंक्शनिंग जस्ट बाय सिटिंग एट आवर होम्स। एंड मे बी देयर इज वन मोर क्वेश्चन कि आप दोनों कैसे देखते हो दिस नेरल मार्केट? What is the future and what kind of customers you are having and what special efforts are you taking to service especially these affordable segment clients, Neral Karzat wale?
So Aniket, to answer your question first on the pre-sanctions. Pre-sanctions, as I mentioned, are completely online today. They are happening as normal as it was earlier. पहले जो ऑफलाइन होता था, जैसे कस्टमर के घर पे जाके डॉक्यूमेंट्स लाना या एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरवा के लेना, उसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है। कस्टमर सिंपली ऑनलाइन जाके अपलोड कर सकते हैं उसका डॉक्यूमेंट्स, और वो जो भी उसका प्रोसेसिंग फी है, उसका कंसेशनल प्रोसेसिंग फी भर के उसको इमीडिएट सैंक्शन मिल सकता है उसमें। सो इट मे बी, एंड वी गिव यू अ नॉट जस्ट in principle sanction, it's a proper sanction. So you get a sanction letter, which you can then use it whenever you're ready. All right. So that is something which is happening normally. तो pre-sanction में तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। पार्ट डिसबर्समेंट्स जो है वो भी नॉर्मली हो रहे हैं ऑनलाइन। तो जो भी सब्सिक्वेंट डिसबर्समेंट्स है, जो कस्टमर ने पहले डिसबर्समेंट ले चुका है, अब वो फर्दर डिमांड रेस करता है बिल्डर के थ्रू, वो डिमांड भी ऑनलाइन अपलोड करके डिसबर्समेंट रिक्वेस्ट डाल के वो डिसबर्समेंट RTGS के थ्रू या NEFT के थ्रू ले सकता है। तो दैट इज आल्सो नॉर्मली हैपनिंग। द ओनली चैलेंज इज विद फर्स्ट डिसबर्समेंट्स। फर्स्ट डिसबर्समेंट्स वी कैन डू इट फॉर टॉप अप लोन्स एंड एग्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर्स के लिए जो लोन्स है, दैट वी आर एबल टू डू। द चैलेंज विद न्यू कस्टमर्स इज दैट currently law does send the digital form for any loans which are backed by mortgage. So there are two categories especially. One is mortgages and the second is will. Wills जो होती है ना, will, उसके लिए digital signatures अभी भी डोमेन में accepted नहीं है। वेट सिग्नेचर्स की जरूरत पड़ती है, दैट इज फिजिकल सिग्नेचर जो है उसकी जरूरत पड़ती है। सो वी आर आल्सो लुकिंग एट वेज ऑफ एड्रेसिंग दिस इशू। there are certain options which we have considered, which we will look at coming out with in maybe in the next few days or maybe by next week itself, so that we can address this challenge of first disbursements. तो ये जो फ्रेश कस्टमर्स के लिए या न्यू कस्टमर्स के लिए जो फ्रेश डिसबर्समेंट्स है, वो हम लोग शुरू करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। एज ऑफ नाउ आई हैव टू एडमिट, अभी तक वो शुरू नहीं हुआ है। वी आर नॉट इन अ पोजीशन टू डू इट बिकॉज इट इज प्योरली अ लीगल इशू। तो आज की तारीख में भी उसका फिजिकल सिग्नेचर लगता है, तो दोनों प्रॉमिसरी नोट पे या जो महाराष्ट्र में
can I interrupt? We are losing your voice in between.
Sorry, am I audible now? Sorry.
Yeah.
हाँ, नहीं तो मेरा कहना ये था कि फर्स्ट डिसबर्समेंट जो फ्रेश डिसबर्समेंट्स टू न्यू कस्टमर्स है, उसके लिए कुछ फैसिलिटी हम लोग वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं, जो पार्ट डिजिटली या पार्ट फिजिकली कर सकते हैं, या देयर आर सर्टेन ऑप्शंस वी आर वर्किंग आउट। सो बहुत जल्द वी विल बी देयर डूइंग फर्स्ट डिसबर्समेंट्स आल्सो ऑनलाइन। और जो आपका दूसरा क्वेश्चन था, आई थिंक अनिकेत जी, व्हाट डू वी सी, हाउ वी सी द मार्केट। We are very positive about the market as far as Neral, Karjat and other areas are concerned. We have always been, focusing on this market because our focus on affordable housing also has been over the last few years has been increasing year by year. So that is something which we have been doing it. We also have a special product called HDFC Reach for the affordable housing sector. We for both for the formal as well as informal housing. So जिसका income जो formal income नहीं है, जिनके documentation में challenges है, जिनका job profile में challenges है, उनके लिए एक स्पेशल प्रोडक्ट भी है which is HDFC Reach. So वो रीच प्रोडक्ट हमारे लिए काफी अच्छा चल रहा है. इनफैक्ट मेरे रीच टीम के जो लोग हैं उन्होंने ये भी कहा है कि अगले साल का जो हमारा बजट है, हमारा बजटिंग एक्सरसाइज शुरू हो गया है, तो अगले साल का बजट है वो हमने चेंज नहीं किया है फॉर द रीच प्रोडक्ट. वी केप्ट इट द सेम बिकॉज वी फील कॉन्फिडेंट कि ये साल में ये इम्पैक्ट अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग में नहीं होना चाहिए. We feel that yes, there could be some impact in the higher end and the luxury segment. Affordable housing sector में, at least in the foreign income sector में, especially आपके जो areas में है जहाँ पे you have a lot of government servants, these people generally challenge as far as their jobs are concerned. गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर के जो लोग हैं उतने तकलीफ में नहीं होंगे as far as their jobs are concerned is our belief. HDFC ये सोचती है कि उनको जॉब लॉस या इसकी कठिनाइयां नहीं होनी चाहिए गोइंग फॉरवर्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस. हाँ, देयर कैन बी सम पेमेंट डिलेज वगैरह जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट्स के हम सुनते आ रहे हैं, बट सैलरी कट या जॉब लॉस उतना इफेक्ट नहीं करेगा इन लोगों को. सो वी फील कि वो इज अ बिग पॉजिटिव. सो यू हैव अ बिग clientele, a big base of people who will buy in this area from the government sector, who will still be able to continue with their property purchase if given the right incentives, both from the property developer as well as from the lender. So that we feel positive about this. Government का thrust भी है affordable housing में, वो तो आपको पता है कि कितना उन्होंने इंसेंटिव्स दिए हैं हाउसिंग के लिए, टैक्स बेनिफिट्स हो या इंटरेस्ट सब्सिडीज हो या जो भी हो. तो आई थिंक वो कंटिन्यू ही होगा. एवरीबडी इज अवेयर कि रियल एस्टेट सेक्टर स्पेशली अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग को इग्नोर नहीं कर पाएगा, नहीं कर पाएंगे गवर्नमेंट. तो एट बोथ लेवल स्टेट सेंट्रल ये जो इंसेंटिव्स है ये कंटिन्यू करना ही पड़ेगा. देयर आर सो मेनी अदर इंडस्ट्रीज, एज दे से अराउंड 260 इंडस्ट्रीज are connected to real estate. So there is no way the government can ignore the sector going forward. So these things will continue. There will be more and more incentives, we are sure. We are also lobbying with various authorities to ensure that there are certain packages that are given for lending institutions while lending to developers. Like you have heard, we've been talking about one-time restructuring of loans. That also will help. We have also seen our vice chairman talking about that maybe the regulator should look at redefining the NPA rules for some time from 90 days to 180 days. So these things will also help I think the sector. So ये मेरे ख्याल से government also will definitely come up with certain measures in the future के लिए तो हम we are very positive. As I said, ये जो घर है, the need for a house, everybody will feel it all the more now. पहले से भी ज्यादा लोगों को ये जरूरत जो है घर की वो लगने वाली है मेरे ख्याल से. And as you will also know, you will also I mean I'm sure all of you all know, I did not tell you कि ये जो difficulties लोगों ने ये period में people have faced and whatever they have gone through, there is a sense of feeling ki, the first thing I would want to do is probably give myself that sense of security of a house. So the people who are probably living in areas where they'll probably want to move out quickly and find themselves a house, that is probably the first thing that they will do post this event subsides and things return back to normal. हमारा सेंस तो ये है, and if they say we fairly, we believe that very strongly. Therefore we feel very positive on this.
Yeah, अनिकेत जी, सही सवाल पूछा है आपने कि नेरल करजत ये पूरा एरिया है वहाँ पे what we feel हम बहुत पॉजिटिव है as we all are aware that के housing for all mission is on and that is till 2022 and we are still in 2020 तो काफी टाइम बचा है हमको वो अचीव करने के लिए एंड स्पेसिफिकली अगर एज ए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अगर मैं IIFL का फोकस देखूं तो ये प्योरली एंड प्योरली अफोर्डेबल में है अफोर्डेबल में होने के बावजूद भी जो अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर है जहाँ पे उनकी इनकम डिफाइंड नहीं है जहाँ पे उनकी सैलरीज कैश में है उनका प्रोफाइल जो है वो डिफरेंट है या फिर बाकी कोई बैंक्स या फिर बाकी सारे जो लोग हैं वो देखते हैं उसको सोचते हैं कर नहीं पाते हैं बट वी हैव स्पेसिफिकली प्रोडक्ट कॉल्ड स्वराज अंडर दैट वी डू ऑल सच लोन्स एंड मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आने वाले समय में जैसे नेरल है करजत है यहाँ पे फॉर श्योर डिमांड रहेगी आई एम बीइंग वेरी वेरी पॉजिटिव बट श्योर ये कोविड का जो इम्पैक्ट है थोड़ा बहुत तो इफेक्ट होगा मार्केट पे बट वी कैन कम बैक एंड एज फार एज आई नो आई एम अवेयर आई वाज टॉकिंग टू फ्यू डेवलपर्स उन्होंने बताया कि मार्च तक की जो भी बुकिंग्स थी उनकी दैट इज इन पाइपलाइन आई थिंक सो जो मार्च तक की बुकिंग्स है उनके डिसबर्समेंट उनके जो कैश फ्लो है दैट विल रन थ्रू इन मे एंड जून एंड उसके बाद आई थिंक सो स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली जब मार्केट खुलेगा वी कैन sure sell new units and we can sure take a new loan disbursement as well in this scenario Aniket ji and we are very bullish for affordable and those profiles specifically Swaraj profiles.
Thank you so much. I think a lot of guys can take the benefit out of it. Can I ask Santosh ji to put up a question, please?
Thank you, Gautam ji. So I have one or two questions only. So the first question is, what will be the maximum limit of loan sanctioned at this critical COVID-19 crisis? Are you offering any special lockdown schemes to bring back customers to our projects, which are very affordable? Schemes for customers in terms of lower interest rate and maximum percentage of loan. My other question is, what are the special schemes for self-employed and customers who are having cash income? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you want to answer that, Dhaval, first? I can.
Sure, him. So, as of now, Santosh ji, as I mentioned earlier, कि जहाँ पे cash income है, where we have a specific product called Swaraj, under that product हम ये सब loans को देख सकते हैं, and इसमें कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं है. रही बात currently वो जो सारे customers हैं, जिनके businesses essential service पे है, right? And they are open with their shops or they are doing some work, right? तो उसको भी ये समय में हम देख सकते हैं to self-employed customers also, and we can go ahead with the disbursement sanction as well. और रही बात Sellrite customer में भी अगर आप देखोगे तो कुछ corporates चालू है with the 10% strength, 20%, 30% strength. Even right now also I'm sitting in office. From Monday we started our branches, right? So we are sitting in office and we are trying to help it out. And जैसे छोटे छोटे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स है आई थिंक सो वो भी स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली ओपन हो रहे हैं तो वहां पे भी जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं आई थिंक सो वो भी ऑप्ट करेंगे कोई लोन्स के लिए आई डोंट थिंक सो देयर विल बी अ प्रॉब्लम आई थिंक सो वी शुड बी रेडी विद द लोन प्रोसेस टिल द टाइम एंड वी कैन गो अहेड विद द डिसबर्समेंट कर सकते हैं संतोष जी रही बात आपका फोन आपका म्यूट में है संतोष जी माइक शायद
Yeah, hold on. I'll unmute him.
जी
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hemanji, would you like to add anything to it?
Yeah. So just to add to what Dhaval has already mentioned, yes, things will continue. They're not going to stop. So whatever we were doing in the past in terms of formal sector or informal sector, everything will continue. जो नए चीजें जो आएंगे वो that will depend on how things pan out. कि अभी जो आगे चल के जो होने वाला है उसके बेसिस पे ही ये जो नए प्रोडक्ट्स वगैरह है हम लोग डिजाइन कर पाएंगे डेफिनेटली नए प्रोडक्ट्स आएंगे फोकस विल बी देयर ऑन अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग कैश इनकम हो या नॉन फॉर्मल इनकम हो दोज प्रोडक्ट्स तो पहले भी है हमारे जैसे धवल ने कहा था दोज थिंग्स विल कंटिन्यू So there is not going to be any change in focus anywhere as far as retail lending is concerned. Yes, there will be some tightening या थोड़ा बहुत loosening here and there definitely होगा based on industries. सबको पता है कि there are some industries which will face a challenge, but we have to fully understand what is going to be the implications. It will take some time for all of us to understand कि ये हर इंडस्ट्री में क्या challenges होने वाले हैं, be it से एयरलाइंस हो या हॉस्पिटैलिटी हो या नॉर्मल हमारे जो सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड कस्टमर्स है. सो देयर डेफिनेट वी कांट डिनाई दैट देयर विल नॉट बी चैलेंजेस, देयर विल बी चैलेंजेस. सो आई एम श्योर एवरीबॉडी विल एडजस्ट टू इट, बट ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई दुकान बंद कर देगा. दैट इज डेफिनेटली नॉट गोइंग टू बी द केस. देयर विल वी आल्सो हैव टू continue business as usual. We will all come out with certain options, certain lending norms which will make things easier for people as well. So that will continue. As far as extent of funding, you mentioned, I think your question was also maximum funding kitna hoga. Santosh ji, maximum funding jo hai, that is dependent on the regulators policies. तो वो आपको पता है कि वो लोन अमाउंट के बेसिस पे होता है. तो अप टू 30 lakhs it is 90%, beyond that it is 80, and beyond 75 it is 75%. So that will continue based on those norms. There are certain ways in which we will have to make sure that we can give what the customer wants, but we cannot violate any norms there. So that I'm sure you are aware. So whatever we were doing earlier, as of now, those things will, it will continue the way we were based on the rules. So there is not going to be too much of any drastic changes that I at least personally, we don't see us making any changes there.
Hemanji, we have amongst us Jadeja ji, RB Jadeja ji. Can I ask him to be online and take his question?
Yeah.
Hello, Jadeja ji, are you there?
Is there?
Hello.
Want to move on to the next question? We can take
In the meantime, since we don't have him here, it seems like, can I ask Mr. Hussain Lalani ji from Lalani Group to have a question?
Yeah. Okay, hi everyone. So I also I think Karjat Neral belt is going to grow from what I foresee in the near future, and I think I see that Dhaval and Hemant have both said the same thing, that they are also bullish on this market. I had two questions, but the first question I think Dhaval has already answered, which was over the unorganized sector. And it was very well said. But my other question is to either of the panelists. How do you see that the interest, the rate cuts that the RBI has given, how will it translate to the customers? What do you see this interest rate will come at? I know that it has been predominantly in the 9, 10, 8.5% sector. Do you see like how the developing economies are at 2%, 3%? Do you think we'll be able to achieve at least 5% or 5.5% in the near future for our customers? Do you think it's going to be possible?
It's very difficult to answer that. I don't think one should never predict interest rates, is what I have been told, because we've always gone wrong. So, be it on the higher side or on the lower side. But yes, we've been seeing interest rates going down, and I think it has been accelerated due to this event also. But anything is possible. If oil can go below zero, then why not interest rates? But I cannot put a specific number to it. It has been going down because obviously, there is sufficient liquidity in the system today, and government also has to kickstart the economy. So they will definitely continue taking measures so that people are able, more and more people are able to borrow and taking advantage of the lower rates. So we may see further rate cuts. People have been saying that RBI will cut the repo again. But I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, no expert can ever predict whether interest rates will go down to what are there in the developed economies. I don't think we may ever reach those levels, but yes, there could still be some scope for further reduction. And I think banks or institutions have been, in the form on these interest rates. So we have already, all institutions have already, reviewed their rates and come up with the new rates. So those things have happened. And for some time at least, till the economy starts, its reverse path upwards, we will see interest rates probably going down a little bit more.
Dhaval, you want to add something onto it?
Sure.
So basically, his question was like RBI is reducing or making policies which is helping reduce the interest rates. So we do see at least in a short term this thing.
Right. हुसैन जी ने जैसे पूछा है, for sure, अगर rate of interest में जो changes आए हुए हैं, we can surely pass on to this customer time to time. It's a due process normally. अगर वो cycle में customer आता है, then cycle में ही उसको वो rate of interest का benefit दिया जा सकता है. And his second question was that, like other countries I see in abroad, there are countries like where, secured loans are like at 4% or 5%. It's too difficult, for a developing country like India to, offer such rate as of now is what I feel, because there also, अगर आप देखोगे, उनके lending rate, अगर secured के lending rate अगर 4% होंगे, तो उनके deposit rate भी 2% है, right? Here, for an example, the deposit rate is approximately 6 to 7% normally customer को मिल जाता है अगर अपनी fixed deposit काफी time के लिए बैंक में रखता है तो. And as of now, the current rate which we are going through in India is between 7.5 to 8.5 as of now, the current rate of interest. It should go further down to 0.25 or 0.5 bips down, but I don't see any major change in rate of interest from here on. Or as of now, I can't think of say 4.5%. Hussain ji.
Thank you very much, Dhaval ji. I think you answered this question. We have last couple of questions before we wind up. Does you want to add something?
I said Jadeja ji is here if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'm everything. Jadeja ji, are you here? Can you have a question you want to ask question to them? I think we have again
lost him again.
Yeah. So in the meantime, Prabhat Ranjan ji had a question. I would request Prabhat ji to take the proceeding.
Yeah. If you see, in India, the construction finance is more like a plain vanilla structure which we are following for quite some time. So it's basically developers are projecting their cash flow for the next 3-4 years, and based on that, there is a repayment structure which is agreed or which is documented in the loan agreement, and that the structure is followed for the next 3 to 4 years, whatever the tenure of the loan is there. अभी इसमें क्या होता है कि there are minor adjustment के लिए there are you can say projection का variance both the parties discuss and then they tone it down accordingly to take care of minor blips here and there. But in last 3-4 years now there are major changes which has happened, and this has impacted the entire real estate sector in such a fashion that it's very difficult to capture the impact of those changes, be it RERA, be it GST, or NBFC crisis with it. So if there is a product which is more flexible in nature, agar aata hai, so that will help both the lending institution and the developers. It can be like there can be a base rate or a flow rate which is there, plus there is a spread which is there. Suppose the rate of CF is 12% and the base rate is 8%. So in that case, 4% is the spread. So the entire repayment which is happening during the normal time can be at a rate of say whatever 12% which has been agreed. In case of severe scenario or emergency scenario like where the liquidity of the entire sector is facing a liquidity crisis, or the particular project is facing some liquidity shortage, उस समय ये जो spread है, that spread can be plowed back to the project, so that this whatever interim period or crisis period which the project or the sector is facing, that can be you can cross it over. So it will be a win-win situation for both the parties. So can the financial institution think of this line, the construction line, rather than making it a fixed tenor and fixed interest rate and a thing which is cast in stone once the loan agreement is executed?
Hemantji or Dhaval, you can take this question. I think it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. So Prabhaji, I heard what you are saying, and in fact, I should say that we should probably appoint you as a consultant to come out with us. There is definitely a need to for some kind of innovation in the bulk lending products. I agree with starting with maybe changes in the tenure that we beginning. But these certain changes that we may not be able.
Hemantji, you are not audible. You lost your connection.
I think we lost Hemantji altogether.
Yeah, I think you lost Hemantji. Can Dhaval take over till he is joining back again? Yeah, Hemantji is back again. Hemantji, would you like to continue?
I'm sorry, I got disconnected.
No.
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Am I
you
audible
are.
now?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah. Okay. So no, I was just mentioning that yes, there is an urgent need to see some kind of innovation in the bulk lending products this year. And Mr. Ranjanji mentioned is absolutely correct. As I mentioned, we are also working on this. Some feedback also from the developer fraternity on what exactly are the issues that are plaguing them, and what are the changes that we would want to see in these kind of products. Internally also, we are working on some changes to suit the current situation. We believe there is a need for a longer gestation under the CF product. We invite suggestions of the forum. We can definitely take these up and discuss it with the construction team that we have with us in our company, and we will see, maybe in the next couple of months we can see some kind of changes, at least to the benefit of developers, for as far as the CF product is concerned. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know whether I was audible or no.
You were.
Okay.
Kind of lost a couple of points there, a couple of words there, but that's fine, I guess. Dhavalji, would you like to add anything to this?
Sure. So, Prabhatji, anything, maybe if it is required and that will enhance, your business further from here on, we are happy to help. And it's very subjective, I think. So we need to look this as point-wise also. In future, if you have, any question regarding that and any issue regarding that, maybe we can solve this individually. And
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And
you want to add something, Dhavalji?
Yeah. So any scheme which is required, to enhance business or to drive sales and, for betterment of customers, right? So we are always ready to help. And I think so that will be different project to project, customer to customers. So maybe we are open and happy to help.
Great. Thank you very much, Dhavalji and Hemantji. Shailesh has a question before we move to the last question of the session. Shailesh has a question. And by the way, I think the way we have put up these questions and answers and the way you have answered the questions, I think most of the questions in the Q&A I've been seeing are automatically being answered. So the whole group set of people have the similar kind of questions and concerns which you have very beautifully addressed. So I must compliment you for that. But before we proceed, I'll ask Shailesh to please ask whatever is in his mind.
Yeah,
Shailesh,
thank you.
please.
Yeah, thank you, Gautam. So I think this question is to both the panelists. So I think we have covered the point of FD, that is for a first or a fresh disbursement. See, we are all going through this, and we know that this is going to be here for quite a long time, this COVID-19 situation. So we all have to get accustomed to this new normal. And when we know that this is going to be there, so there are a couple of things, that procedural changes that we need to do. And there is one more question of not only FD but OD, ongoing disbursements. Because for ongoing disbursements, you need technical verification, your person has to visit, you need some documentation, and I'm not going to details, but then you need to solve these problems, because now construction work is starting in most of the areas. In fact, nearer work is started. So what you need immediately is, of course, registration, which government has come up with the e-registration circular, which Dhavalji rightly mentioned, but they're still starting it. But I think after that will come FD, and currently what you can do is OD. And till now, it's not only both of these institutions, but others are still struggling with finding a way out of this. And since we will be going at least to 30th May or 15 June with this current situation, I think both of you and HFCs need to find an alternative to that. So can you update me the timeline, that by what time you intend to start these disbursements?
Shailesh, just for your information, we are trying to disburse all the cases which are part disbursed. Okay, if we are, say, for Puranik specific also, I'm just saying, okay, we can disburse all the part disbursement. We have done all our homework in backend, where all those active projects where we have done funding there, we have updated things in the system. We just need because
Dhavalji, it's not for us. I think we are asking for all the Neral and
sure, Shailesh. Yes. It's for entire like those who are already APF with us. Those projects which are already approved with India Infoline, we have already done the working at our end, and we just need the latest photograph of the site where work is completed to an extent. That's it, and one email from the customer, and we can go ahead with the disbursement.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
If Panikarji can answer this question also.
Yeah, so Shailesh, I think I did mention this in the beginning, that for us, subsequent disbursements, or what you are speaking of, ongoing disbursements, is something which is happening as usual. We have not put a stop to that.
Hemanji, I think we lost you there. Hemanji, we cannot hear you.
So, hello, can you hear me now? Hello.
We can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you. Please
all right. So I'll just repeat that. Subsequent disbursements or ongoing disbursements are continuing as usual for us. We never put a stop to it post the lockdown. So that is continuing based on a request from the customer, and the
Hemanji, we are losing you.
Maybe you can switch off the video, then you'll have a better connection.
Yes, for that there is.
Hemanji,
No. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay. No, so I said. All right. So I just mentioned that subsequent disbursements are continuing as usual. Going forward, also, we will continue to do subsequent disbursements. Even if site visits don't happen, we will find out some alternatives by using technology, where we'll use probably some desktop valuations or photographs or anything of that sort, like Dhaval mentioned. Those things will be used to give subsequent disbursements also. So that is going to continue. So that's not going to be an issue at all.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Now we'll proceed to the last question. As we have seen, there are numbers of 50,000 plus units happening, and there is a lot of traction of sales. So have you both realized or thought of an idea to have an local office there in this region at Neral or Karjat, so that coordination could be better?
So we already have an office here in Karjat, Gautamji. So that has been there since the last 2 years. Like February 2018 is when we had opened the office, and it has been running quite successfully for the last 2 years, is what we believe.
Yeah, Gautamji.
Yeah.
So we have our office in Kalyan. We have our office in Badlapur also.
Okay.
And I think so the way we are driving things now, see, it's all technology, right?
Right.
And the other day when I was talking to Vikas ji and for Labdi Group also, and for there are many other builders also, we were thinking to give, or empanel them with India Infoline, and we can, deliver the tabs to the developers. So I think so that bank itself is with you guys, where we can, have the online sanction at your site. And with this sanction, we can just go ahead and with the online e-registration and e-agreement, we can implement disbursal also ASAP. So I don't think so office needs any space or anything. It's in your office.
A great work from home taken to a new level, right?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Because could you take up few of the questions from Q&A quickly, one or two?
Actually, Gautamji, I was just going through it, and majority of the questions have been asked. In fact, the last question that you asked was one of the only ones that have not been asked.
Sorry, we are not able to hear you.
I'm saying that the last question that you asked about having an office in Neril Karjat, it was the only question which I do not, which I saw was not being answered.
Okay.
I guess Dhavalji has skirted that question pretty aggressively from us. I think the Q&A section is pretty much over.
Hemantji, are you there?
Yeah,
He's there.
Yeah, thank you.
विकास जी आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. विकास जी आपकी आवाज थोड़ा स्लो आ रही है.
Because the next session you are going to take up to propose a vote of thanks. I request you to propose a vote of thanks. I would request you to be online within full network so that you can propose vote of thanks. We got a real valuable insight, so it's due.
First of all, I need to thank both our panelists for giving their time to all of us here. Both Dhavalji and Hemantji, I think your insights will be valuable for both of us, and they were needed right now. As you can see by the participation, we had more than 250 participants online from a micro market which is growing. So that in itself shows the importance of this webinar. Couple of points that I would like to kind of bring out again that I overheard, or rather I heard through this is first of all, I want to congratulate Dhaval Mehta and his team for disbursing more than 5,000 loans in Neril Karjat alone.
Thank you.
That makes you pretty much in the top 2 or the top 3 institutions that is supporting real estate and home loans in this area. A couple of other things. The most striking among them was one Mr. Panikar's statement that a desire to own a home is going to be much higher now given this COVID crisis, and I would like to kind of take it a little bit further, saying that it will be much more higher in the segment that we cater to at Neril and Karjat. जिन लोगों को हम घर बेचते हैं नेरल और करजत में, आई थिंक उनकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट है अपने खुद के घर में जाने की, वो सबसे ज्यादा है, और ये कोविड-19 से इनफैक्ट वो डिजायर और बढ़ेगी. Understood a few other things about green initiatives, affordable housing, step up EMIs. I'm sure these are all things जो हमारे यहाँ के इतने सारे बिल्डर दोस्त हैं, वो सब उसको excuse me, इन सबको एक साथ में मिला के we will try to come to a solution for our customers, and we'll be able to understand. As we all very well know that actually when we complete a sale of a home in the Neril Karjat area, we're actually selling 2 products together. We're selling the house and we're selling the loan both together. Because about 95% of the homes sold in our zone are financed through home loans. So without further ado on that, I would like to thank all the panelists here for giving their valuable inputs and asking the questions. And obviously the guest of honors here to kind of answer those questions with as candid a nature as possible. I would like to thank all the participants as well. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all our sponsors as well, Bharat Cab, Axel Bilmart, L4 Solutions, and PropI for supporting the event. Thank you guys, and we hope that we'll see you in this edition of our continuing Neril Karjat Mumbai's Future webinar series. Over to you, Gautam bhai.
Thank you, Vikas bhai, for that lovely thank you, proposing thank you speech. And I think that's it for the day, and we look forward to join you guys again for the next series, the series 3 of the webinar. And to both the panelists, I would just like to request that if it is possible, we can connect offline for few discussions later on, which we had right now, to work upon some models and ideas which will be beneficial for this region, and we can grow business together out here for each other.
Sure.
So it's like we are the two wheels of a two-wheeler. You know, we are coexisting, and we should work together to do more business out here for each other.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Correct.
A housekeeping announcement for all our attendees and participants. Post this webinar, you're going to get all of you here are going to get a link for a survey where we are asking questions on what kind of topics you would like to hear from us. Please take your time and fill it up. It should not take more than a minute and a half. Thank you.
Request the panelists also to please fill in the survey form for their experience of attending this, addressing this survey. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you
so
See
much.
you
Thank you so
again.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you
Have
so
a nice
much.
day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.
Take care. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Correct.
Just ending the meeting now.